Guys, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be cooking a bow tie pasta, and I'm going to be grounding up some ground meat, and I'm going to flavor it up, and it's going to be topped with some cheese. And since we're quarantining in our home, and we're bored most of the time, I decided to do some cooking videos or whatever. Just basic stuff, just to get you by or whatever, in case you want to watch cooking, or you have any, want some ideas or whatever. So anyway, I have some water right here. I put some pink Himalayan salt, just a little pinch in there. I'm waiting for it to boil. And then in this skillet right here, I'm going to be frying up some ground beef. I'm going to chop up some white onions. I'm going to flavor it up with some sazon, some Old Bay, a little bit of Italian seasoning, some onion powder, some little pinch of chili powder, garlic paste. And then, of course, I'm going to be boiling this bow tie pasta, and then the sauce, I'm going to do a quick ragu Parmesan Romano sauce. So anyway, let's get started. Okay guys, before I put the skillet on, this is not ground beef like I thought. I forgot, I bought ground pork. So you can use any type of meat you want. You can use sausage, you can use chicken, you can use pork, ground beef, a mixture of all. If you like veal mixed in, or if you don't want no meat at all, you could cut up like sausage, or basically whatever, I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna put on the skillet, and I put it on medium high. So right now I'm just gonna add a little bit of vegetable oil in the skillet, just a little bit. And then while it's getting hot, it don't have to, be actually hot yet. I'm going to throw in the ground pork. Even if it's frozen or not, it's okay, because it'll cook down and get hot, and all that will melt down. So let this cook down. Okay, this is starting to get hot. So, like I said, just let it really get, hot. See how the edges are getting soft now? That's okay. It'll start breaking down, then you just flip it over. You'll start noticing it changes color. That's when it's cooking, and everything is not pink anymore. And then you could throw in your veggies or whatever. You could use whatever you have. Whoops. Sorry, guys. You could use whatever you want on hand. Basically, look through your pantry, see what kind of things you have, and put together a meal. I do this type of stuff with all kinds of different sauces. I love making homemade Alfredo with cream cheese. You could do so many different types of meals. I have so much food in my pantry that, we got to start using up stuff before it goes bad. So I'm trying to chill out with the shopping right now. Only off and on if I really need it. But basically I don't need anything. So I decided to do some quick spaghetti. And I was going to do regular spaghetti at first. But since I have the bow ties, I figured I could do that instead. So this is getting really hot, and you can see the water starting to boil right now. That's okay, just let it keep getting, I want it to really boil before I start doing the pasta, because I cook it till it's al dente, and everything is good. But I'm trying to cook this down real fast. That's why it's on a medium high heat. So I'm just letting it really get hot at the moment. So yeah, okay, it's starting to sizzle now a little bit. Okay guys, I flipped it over for the minute. You see how it's turning color? So you can tell the bottom pieces are cooking. So I just gently scrape it off like this, and then it'll slowly break down and get softer and softer and start cooking in here. So just mix it all in with a little bit of vegetable oil that you have. So delicious. And like I said, I use different sauces. You can do anything you want. I'm just doing something quick and easy. You can also make homemade sauce if you want. So just let this cook down. And then this is starting to boil, like I said. So anyway, let this cook down just a little bit till it gets softer. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to throw all the seasonings in there, onions and all that good stuff. And then I'll show you how it's done. Okay, guys, I turned it over again, and more of the meat's coming off. You see how it's cooking down now. So make sure you really cook it through. I always make sure all my meat is completely cooked through before I even attempt to put it together or anything. Okay, so that's to be safe. And all it does is smell like, it just smells like ground pork right now. There's no seasonings added to it yet. Now I'm going to throw in the white onions. And I like them all sliced up. I love onions and garlic in my food. It's good for your immune system and your blood. And especially at times like this, if you don't want to get sick and you're taking a lot of vitamins at home, or you're, you know, trying to really take care of yourself and things like that. Before I started cooking this meal tonight, I made some homemade peach tea. And I put stevia in there. So it's natural and, you know, and without the actual sugar or anything, and put it in the refrigerator so it gets nice and cold. Because I make it with tea bags. So I do buy the powdered teas and things like that, but I don't like it too much anymore. I don't drink it like I used to when I was younger. It has too much citrus acid in it, and it's fake, and it also has too much sugar, and it's not good for you. So when I'm in the mood for tea, I usually make homemade tea, like from the tea bags. And I put stevia in there or something to sweeten it up lightly and make it nice and cold for the refrigerator. You can also put fruit juice in there too, so it actually tastes delicious. So I love anything to do with Chinese, like ginseng and things like that. And mostly everything here where I'm at is safe and things like that. Like, you know, if you go to a Chinese supermarket and things like that, I think they're still open. I haven't shopped over there in a while. But, yeah, I need to go back there soon. I want to buy some stuff, but since the virus is going around, I don't know for sure if it's open. But I know the supermarkets near my way is open. Okay, so anyway, I just threw the onions in there. There's no seasonings. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of this garlic paste. Just some garlic paste. Now you can chop up garlic, fresh garlic and everything like that. I don't have any more of that at the moment. And this is not the same spoon that I use for the raw meat. Okay, you see the spoon right here? This is a new spoon. So do not use the same spoon when you're handling raw meat. That's just for flavoring. So you just mix it all in. And you can smell the garlic. And you know how, like, they joke around about vampires, you know, about how they like garlic, and, I mean, they're scared of garlic or whatever it is. But garlic is good for you. It's good for the blood, and onions too. So I love all onions, green onions, regular onions, sweet onions. I love it all. Red onions. Let me just flip this over just a little bit. Okay. So the water is still boiling. Well, it's starting to get to a bubble, but you see how hot it is in the steam? So that's still good. Okay, before I put the seasonings, I decided to put a little pinch of this Worcestershire sauce that I buy from the Dollar Tree. I love putting this in my meats. Just very little like that. And then mix it all up so it has that good flavoring in there. So keep breaking off the meat like this. Oh my God, it smells so good. Okay, now I'm going to add some Old Bay seasonings. Old Bay is for anything. It's not just seafood. And this one's almost gone, so I've been using it a lot lately. I'm the type, I use up everything fast before it goes bad, and then I throw it away and then keep buying more and more and more. So So I'm going to put some Old Bay in there. And I love Old Bay because it has celery salt in there and has like a good flavor. I love to do that with fried chicken. God, it smells so good. So keep letting the pork cook down. Okay, it's still cooking down. So what I'm going to do is, this is optional. I just like to mix my own stuff up, but I'm really good with seasonings. So I'm just going to add a little pinch right here of some chili powder. And then I'm going to put some Italian seasonings in here. Just a little bit of that because I like the flavoring of that. And then, of course, you know, I'm going to put onion powder, of course. Even though there's onion in here, I love the flavoring of onion. So just add some onion powder. And then I'm going to put a little package right here of sazon, which is seasoning with a little bit of the red annatto seed coloring. Mix it all up real good. Because after I do the stuff, I'm going to top it off with some cheese. Oh my God, it smells so good. So just break down the meat. It's almost there. When I make sure it's really completely cooked and everything is all mixed really well, and the pork is not pink anymore, it's like completely cooked, then I will add sauce to it. So you just do it like that. Sorry guys about the steam. It's like fogging up my camera. So I just scrape down the onions. I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit to like medium, not too high, not too, so you don't want it overly, you know, to burn. Now I'm going to pour in the bow ties. And give it a good stir. This will only take a few minutes because I like to cook it when it's al dente. Yep, just like that. I also make these with like, you know, like a pasta salad. I did a video on that a long time ago. I do a million different ways. Every time I cook is always different, tastes different every time. I love cooking. So, give it a good stir again. Now let this finish cooking, and then when it's done, I'm going to put it very low, put the sauce and all that good stuff, and then keep waiting for this to be al dente. Throw it together, top it off with some cheese, and I'm good. So I'll show you I'll show you when I'm done, okay? Okay guys, the meat's still cooking, almost done. Just make sure, like I said, it's completely cooked through. And you don't have to make it the way I do it tonight. Like I said, I make it different every time. It's not like a certain recipe or like, you know, the way I do it every time. No, I make it different every time. But you just use what you have on hand. You flavor it up the way you want to. If you don't like onions, don't even add onions. You know, you can do basically anything you want. I'm just showing you like a quick base to do for the sauce. So you see how it's almost done? I just want to make sure the pork is completely cooked through. Just don't overcook it and don't burn it. That's why I put it on medium. And then this is boiling, the bow ties. So I'll just give this a good, maybe like 8 or 9 more minutes. Maybe less. It depends how fast it boils, but I keep an eye on it. I usually eyeball it, and I can tell it's al dente. But just by feeling it with the spoon is a little hard still. So it's going to take a few minutes. So just let this keep boiling down. And I'll get back to you when this is done. Once everything is done and I put it in with the bow tie, I'm going to top it off with some cheddar jack cheese, which is cheddar cheese, and I believe, let me see. You could use any cheese you want, but this is a mild cheddar. Okay, a Monterey Jack. Okay. So that's cool. It's cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese. And then I open up this jar right here. I'm going to be using this ragu. This is the Parmigiano Romano. You can use any sauce you want. You don't have to use that kind if you don't like it. Okay, I'm going to turn it very low now because it's already cooked. I'm going to pour in, of course, the sauce. Mix it. Like I said, you can use any sauce you like, even homemade if you want to. I think homemade is actually better. Depends on what kind of sauces you're making. But like I said, this is something quick in a pinch when we're quarantined. So I figured I could do some quick, easy meals for you guys. In case you have the same, like similar items at home and you want to cook something delicious and fast for your family. Just make it comfortable for your home. So since it's on very, very low, it'll just sizzle up a little bit and get, heated up and hot. And then I'm just waiting for this to finish. And then I'm going to drain it, throw it together, throw the cheese, and we're good. I'll get back to you in a few minutes, guys. Okay, guys, you see how it's lightly simmering and getting really hot? So that's how you want the sauce, like a low simmer. I have it on very, very low. Because if you put it on too high, it's going to burn and get crispy on the edges. And it pops at you sometimes if you don't have the lid. And you don't want to get burned. So just be very careful. I'll just let it get hot like it is now. And these are almost done because you see how it's getting to the top. So it's almost al dente. I'll just give it like one more minute. Okay, guys, I strained the little bow ties. They're completely cooked. And then now you just put your sauce in there. Usually I pour the whole thing in there really quickly, but since I'm recording with one hand, I don't want to get burned. So I'm just scooping the sauce in like this. And you can also like portion size all of this stuff, because this is a lot. And save them for other days, especially if you're quarantined or, you want to save on food and money, or actually like a quick meal for the next day. Put them in some little containers, and you can always reheat them the next day. Like if you have a microwave or something. I usually do it on the stove. I threw my microwave in the trash. So, yeah, I do it on the stove really quickly. There you go. So give it a good mix. You can even do meatballs if you want to. You don't even have to do ground pork if you don't like it. So, or if you're a vegetarian, if you're a vegetarian, you could just do like a vegetable type of tomato sauce with zucchini or basically anything you want with cheese, and you don't even have to put meat. So I'm going to sprinkle some of this cheddar jack in here. You can also throw this in a pan and put it in the oven and make like a baked bow tie type of, pasta meal if you like it. So just give it a quick, good stir in here. I'm going to sprinkle more cheese. Oops. And just mix that all up in there so it's cheesy and delicious. And this is good with some bread and some salad. This is not for keto either. This is straight up carbs. But you go portion size it if you don't like too much carbs. You can have very little. Which I do. I have very little. In a little tiny, little baby container. Smaller than my hand. So there you go. Bow tie cheesy pasta with ground pork. Thanks for watching my videos, guys. Be safe and have fun doing things in your home and have fun cooking, guys. Bye.